on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Ariana, and today I'm back with another video. And as you can see from the title of this video, today we're going to be doing a super natural foundation makeup routine with using all drugstore products. You guys, we are going to be using 5 major drugstores, 5 to 6 major drugstore products to go ahead and give you this look. So if you're new here, please make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you're interested in how I got this super quick, super easy, super natural look. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and get started with today is going to be our eyebrows. And the product that we're going to be using for our eyebrows today is going to be the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. And you can get this from any drugstore. This is only $5. It's super cheap. And I believe I have this in a color natural brown. So I like to, first of all, let me just go ahead and apologize right now because you guys, my eyebrows right now are really jacked up and yeah, we still in quarantine, so don't judge, okay? So don't judge, because y'all probably out here looking the same way. But that's better because I can teach you guys how to clean up or draw in unclean eyebrows. So what I like to do is I like to start from the middle of my eyebrow, which is right here. I like to start from the middle and then basically just bring that down to where the hair stops. So my hair stops right here, so that's what I'm going to bring that down to. I don't like to go down too far because it makes your eyebrows look unrealistic and too long. So you don't want to do that. And also you want to take a little bit of the, I don't even know if you guys can see that, it's super small. You want to take a small amount of this product because it can break. It's an eyebrow pencil. So you gotta be careful. So what I like to do is I like to do this. Just basically just color that in. And then I like to go to the top of my eyebrow to where my arch would be. And then I would just go down. And then basically just connect it to that line that we did at the bottom, okay? And then we just wanna go ahead and make another line like where the arch is. So once we do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the bottom of my brow and I'm just gonna go right here and just basically just create a line underneath here. You want to follow your natural eyebrow shape. So we're going to start filling in the top, and I like to start from, I don't like to start directly at the top of my eyebrow from here. I like to start more back toward like the front, but not directly in the front. You want to go like more toward the middle, just to darken them just a tad bit. And when I get to the front of my eyebrow up here, what I like to do is I like to take the pencil and just flick it up like this, so that looks more natural and realistic. And just fill in any spots that need to be filled in. So the next thing I'll do is I will brush the eyebrow up like this. And before you start with your eyebrows, you also want to brush your eyebrows up. I don't know if I mentioned that before you start on your eyebrows. And when filling in your eyebrows, you guys, you don't want to fill them in too hard. You want to go light, so that you want to lightly fill it in, just like that, because if you go in too dark, your eyebrows are going to look really harsh. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean up our eyebrows. We're going to be using the LA Pro Girl Concealer, which you guys probably seen everywhere. You can get it from your local beauty supply store. I think it's like $2 at your beauty supply store. You can get them from drugstores, Target, Walgreens. If you do decide to get them from a drugstore, you're going to be probably paying a little bit more than you would at a beauty supply store. So you'll probably end up paying $5 for these, but go to your local beauty supply, trust me. You're going to pay way less money. So this is in the color Cool Tan. We're going to be using this concealer today. And we're going to be using the smallest amount of product because you don't want to use too much product and then it gets all over your eyebrows and you have to start over. So what I do is I take a very small amount of product on the brush. This does have a brush. It does come with a brush on it, which makes it super easy. What I like to do is I like to clean up my eyebrows. So I'll go underneath. And then basically you're just going to clean up any harsh lines, and this is going to give your eyebrow a cleaner look. And I like to go on the top just like that and be very careful. Get a concealer that's too much lighter than your face, because when you try to go blend it, sometimes it'll leave that white halo around your eyebrow, and like, I don't like that. We're going to go ahead and take the concealer. We're going to put it all over our eyelids because this also can be used as a eye primer for when we do our eyes later on, our shadows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffy brush. It doesn't matter what fluffy brush it is, whatever fluffy brush you have. I go into my eyelids. I'll just go in and basically like clean up the concealer. So pretty much it for the eyebrows. You just want to just outline your natural brow. You don't have to go extra hard, kind of, you know, make them look exactly alike, make them look exactly perfect, because at the end of the day, eyebrows are not twins, they're sisters. So as long as they look very, very, very similar, then you should be good, sis. Like, don't go too hard on yourself, and practice makes perfect. So if you don't know how to do your eyebrows, just keep practicing. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna get started on our face. So if you're wondering why my face looks a little ashy, I decided to try out the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I got a sample of it, and I just decided to try to use it today. I do have large pores, I have oily skin, so I decided to give it a try. But you do not have to use this, you can just skip over this part. But I do recommend you do moisturize and prime your face prior to doing your makeup, because it's just going to make your makeup look way better and more flawless. But I'll have a separate video on drugstore primers for you guys and how to prep your face for makeup if you guys are interested. So the foundation, you guys, that we're going to be using today is the Maybelline FitMe Matte Poreless Foundation. They have two versions of this. They have I think it's a normal or dewy version for people who have dry skin, and then they have the matte and poreless for the people who have oily skin like me and large pores. So this is what we're going to be using today, and I got mine from the drugstore. This is under $6. It's only $6, you guys. So the color that I have is the color 338 Spicy Brown with foundation. You want to definitely be careful and not go too light with the foundation, because you're going to be out here looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost, and we don't want you to look like that, sis. We don't want you to look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. We don't want it. We don't want it. No. Actually be using a brush with it. This is the Real Techniques brush, and you can get this also from the drugstore. It's one of my most favorite foundation brushes. You can also use the beauty blender. I love using the beauty blender, but I feel like brushes give you more of a flawless, more airbrush look. So we're going to be taking our foundation, and then we're basically only going to be putting like a small dot. So you always want to go in with a little bit of foundation, and then you can always go back and build the coverage, but you don't want to start off with too much. So this is the amount that we're going to be going into. You just need like a small dot of it, and then we're going to go ahead and put this on our face. So what I like to do is I like to just distribute the product throughout my face first. Put a little bit up there. And then when I'm adding my foundation, I like to pat the foundation in. Not rub it in, you're gonna pat it in. Just like this. If you do decide to get this foundation, but you're like totally stumped on the color, they also sell the Fit Me foundation and other drugstore foundations at Ulta. So you can go there and you can get color match. It is a little bit more expensive at Ulta when you get the foundations, or you could just, you know, get your color match and just go buy it from like Walmart or Target. Like, yeah. If you don't want to spend like $7.99, if you'd rather spend the $5. And then I'll just go back in with more if I need it. I'm gonna go in with a tad bit more, and we're also not going to use that much product. We want to keep our face today, it's going to be a really natural, realistic makeup look, so we don't want to use too much product. And then last, I'll normally go into my eyebrow area, like my forehead area last. So this is what I'll do. Eyebrow, just to blend that out a little. I like to go over my eyes as well. And also, you guys, you're gonna be blending for a minute. Like, you want to make sure that product is all the way in your face. So don't just add it, blend it for 2 seconds, and then, you know, move on to the next thing. You want to go in there and you want to keep blending it out. And also, you want to go underneath your chin, around your jawline as well, because you don't want like your neck to be one color and then like your face to be another color, like a neck. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in with the LA Pro Girl concealer in the color Cool Tan, and now we're just gonna start highlighting. So we're going to go underneath our eyes, and like I said before, you want to add a very small amount of product first, and then you can always go in and build that coverage back in with more product. So the places that I like to highlight are underneath my eye. I also like to highlight my forehead. I like to go into my nose. I have a big nose, so I like to contour that out a little bit. So I like to go close to the corners of my eyes and also into my nose. And then I like to go up my nose as well. And then I'll bring it up here and go into my forehead, above my lip, go above my lip, and then underneath my chin. So we're gonna go ahead and blend that out, and we're gonna blend it out with our Real Techniques beauty blender sponge. So I'm gonna go into all the places that I added concealer and just blend those out. And this is a damp beauty blender and a clean one. So we're gonna go in and we're just going to just blend all of that out. You can actually get this beauty blender and also the foundation brush. I don't know if I mentioned the name of the brush. It's called Instapot brush, but Real Techniques, they have a face set, like a foundation or face set, and it's like 20 bucks, and it has a beauty blender in it. It has a contour brush, a face brush. I'll link it down below so you guys can check it out, but that has like all the brushes that you need in addition to the beauty blender, which is like bomb. Okay, what we're gonna go ahead and do next is we're gonna set our concealer. What I'm gonna be setting my concealer with is the FitMe loose finishing powder. Now there are other options. If you don't want to use this, you can use Airspun, but Airspun literally is so stinky to me. Like, it smells like elderly ladies. Like, I don't know if they have an unscented one, but if they do, I'll jump on that. But I just literally cannot stand the smell. I don't know if they have an unscented one, but if they do, I'll jump on that. Scent to me, it gives me a headache. I can't even. But I love using this. So this is in the color medium deep, and I'm just basically just going to use this to go over all the places that I went ahead and added my concealer. So this is what it looks like. Not too light, not too dark. It's the perfect color. So I'll take my beauty blender and then I'll go ahead and dip it inside the powder, just like that. And then I'll just go over all the places that I went ahead and added the concealer. Y'all see that? Like, look at this compared to this. Look how snatched this side looks compared to this side. This is why you need to bake. This is why baking is essential, okay? I like to go in on the side of my nose, right here. And of course underneath your eyes. And then I'll just go over all the places that I went ahead and added our concealer. So we're gonna go over those same places of our nose. I'm gonna go into our forehead. And you guys, another thing I like to do with this powder, and also to give your eyebrows more of a realistic look, is I like to go in with the powder and just add it on my eyebrow, just like that, just like that, and just add the powder like that. Like, your eyebrows literally look so realistic when you do that. Like, it's so bomb. Take a little bit of powder and put this over your eye. Why we're doing this is to prevent creasing when you put your eyeshadow on. And then I also like to go underneath right here as well. We're gonna let this sit on our face for a little bit, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and contour, you guys. We're gonna contour, my favorite part. I love contouring. So what we're gonna be using for contour today is this LA Colors face palette, and I believe this is in the color deep. I think they have like 1 or 2 colors. I personally purchased this from TJ Maxx or Raw. I think it was TJ Maxx. But I've also seen these at drugstores and also beauty supply stores. So you can go pick it up there. I think it's only like $6. It's really affordable. And it has contour shades in there. It has 2 dark shades and it has like a lighter shade. And then it also has a few blushes. You can use this. I think this is a highlighter, but I like to use it as blush. And this is the blush, but I think this is a highlighter. And then these are lighter colors, I guess, if you want to highlight with those colors instead of using a setting powder or a baking powder. You can use those colors. So this is how it looks. What I do is I like to take like a flat brush, and you can get a brush like this from Elf, but I like to take a flat brush like this, and this is a bronzing brush. And then basically what I like to do is mix my brush into these 2 colors, just like that, dust off the excess, and then I like to go ahead and pat it into all the places that I want to go ahead and contour. So we're going to use it here. I just like to pat it like that, rub it. And with contouring, that basically brings a warmth back into your face after highlighting. So we're going to go in just like that. I like to go in and pat it in. Take a little bit more product, and we're gonna get our forehead area up here. And then I also like to take a little bit and go underneath my jawline like this, and also underneath my chin like that. and that kind of just like snatches the bottom of your face and gets rid of like that double chin, just like this. Alright guys, so we are done contouring. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and brush off the setting powder that we added to our face. So I'm going to be using a Real Techniques powder brush. I think I only got this for like $5. You can use any powder brush that you have, it doesn't matter. It can be big, small, it doesn't matter. Just make sure it's like more of a fluffier brush. So we're just going to go in and basically just dust off all that powder that we had on our face. What we're going to do is we're going to go back in with our e.l.f. stippling brush, and we're just going to brush all of that setting powder off from our eyebrows just like this. How much more realistic your eyebrow looks. Like, what? I'm going to take a pointed fluffy brush. It doesn't matter what brush it is. It's the small pointy fluffy brush. And then we're going to go back into this contour palette again. And then we're just going to go ahead and go back into both of those colors again. And now we're going to contour our nose. So we're going to go onto the nose. And then I like to just go up the bridge of my nose. And I like to go into my eyebrows. And then same thing over here. So to just go into the bridge of my nose, just like that. And into my eyebrows. Also the tip of my nose. Sometimes like I'll go in with the remaining product that's left on my beauty blender, and that has the setting powder on it, and then I'll go in and just add a little bit more of that on there just to make it appear more snatched. And then we're going to go back and take this color here from the contour kit, and then we're going to use that in our eyes. I like to start off from the end of my eyes and just move on to the middle. A bronzer is a powder, so you can use it for eyeshadow. I love using it for eyeshadow. So bomb when you put it into your crease. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to take this color right here. That looks like a light tan banana type of color. We're going to use our fingers because our fingers are tools too, right? Okay, our fingers are tools. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my hand into that color just like that. And then I'm just going to apply this at the lid of my eyelid. And it doesn't need to be perfect, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and clean that up anyway with a bronzer, and take our bronzer brush and just take whatever excess product that you have on that brush just to blend the two colors together. The next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do next is we are going to do my favorite part of makeup. We're gonna be highlighting. You guys, we're gonna be going ahead and highlighting. So we're gonna be using the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This is one of my most favorite highlighters, you guys. Like, it's super bomb. It looks so bomb when you put it on. And this is in the color Molten Gold. And all products will be listed down in the description box below. So this is what this looks like. It's super pretty. This works just like a high-end highlighter. Take another fluffy brush. We're going to highlight above our cheekbones. So do it right there. Our cheekbones. I like to go in a circular motion. And another place that you want to go ahead and highlight so that your face looks snatched is your nose, because this makes your nose look more contoured. Okay, I like to go there, and I like to go down the bridge of my nose. And also I like to use the same brush underneath my eyebrow. And then another thing that I like to do is I like to take, and that's going to give you like a pretty, super pretty gold look to your eyes. And then also I like to take the brush and go into the corners. You can go into the corners of your eye. Is we're gonna add some blush. This of course is optional. Some people don't like using blush, but I like blush. I like to add blush. So the two colors that are in this palette, you can go with either one of them, but I'm gonna mix them together. Just like that. Just tap like 2 times, take off the excess, and then we're just gonna smile for the camera. And then just put these on our cheeks. I feel like I need a little bit more highlighter. Like, what do you guys think? Like, I feel like I need some more. I'm really trying to glow. Like, I'm really trying to glow today. So let's add a little bit more. We're gonna add some mascara. I'm not gonna put any lashes on because that's kind of hard. That's kind of difficult for a lot of beginners. So I'm gonna put on. Okay guys, so we went ahead and we added our mascara. So the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is optional. It's definitely optional, but I love to do my lips. So I have a NYX pencil. This is in the color medium brown that I'm gonna just use on my lips. Do it So I'm gonna take the NYX Butter Lip Gloss, and this is in the color Fortune Cookie. And this last step is also optional. It's up to you. I'm gonna be using a setting spray, and this setting spray is from e.l.f. And this is what it looks like. It's like $3. It's super cheap, powdery or cakey. So I would recommend you getting a setting spray. And I don't see a lot of videos talking about this. So you're gonna stay back about this far. And just spray your face a few times. Then you'll just go ahead and let that dry, and that just makes everything come together. But yeah, you guys, that is all for today's video. This is everything that we used today was from the drugstore. If you're new here, please make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And I want to thank every single one of you for taking the time out to watch my video today. And let me know if this routine works for you. Let me know if it works for you. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will go ahead and see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. DJ Diz.